Morning, everyone. How are you guys this fine Thursday morning? Hold on one second here. I'm going to get you my monitor. So today's the big day, the day we've all been waiting for this week. A bunch of reports due out today, which are likely to spur the market on a little bit, the FOMC being the biggie, and that's not out until this afternoon, of course. So if you're watching the market later in the day, it could be a pretty interesting day. Until then, I don't know. I guess we'll see how traders position themselves. Oops, hold on a second here. You're going to notice something a little bit different here on the charts this morning. I have the new dynamic equivolume bars from Indicator Warehouse. Ooh, aren't those fancy? Yes, they certainly are. For those of you unfamiliar with equivolume charting, it's a very simple way to incorporate volume into price. These are not available just yet, so don't get too excited. I think Adam is going to make a special available to members next week, but I'm doing the final testing on them now. All right, hang on just 2 seconds here while I make a couple changes. All right, well, you can see that. Well, here, let's take a look at the overnight. Let's do it on the Raptor for a change. There's the overnight. The market not moving a whole lot. Yesterday, nice little rally. And here we are. Oh, it looks like we're trying to test the bottom end of this trading range that we established in the overnight. Looking something like that. And it looks like we did have a little bit of selling pressure going on there. The buyers came back with a little bit. Let's see if they come back with yet another sell bar and sell signal. That might be something that we can take advantage of. We'll see. You can see the buyers trying to press it higher. Starting to get some sellers coming into here. We've had the breakout, looking for the retest now. Good morning, Jim. Jim's giving me some advanced decline numbers. It looks like we're a little bit more bearish today. We've got only 950 sellers approximately and 1,500, pardon me, about 950 buyers and 1,500 sellers. So that's what, about a negative 400 and change. All right, I got the advanced decline changing slightly up, about 100 buyers, down about 100 sellers, so we're still hovering around the high 300s, low 400s. but it is just the first, what is it, 6:35, still only about the first 5-6 minutes into trading. Nice little green bar sell there. And it looks as though we are trading off of the primary support. So perhaps get an early trend change signal out of this, maybe. Oh, here comes a hard edge bounce on the eagle. These lows are the biggies right down here. And you'll have to excuse me, for some reason, my computer seems to be dragging a little bit this morning. So I might end up missing a signal or two trying to get to it. So these lows right here are the big ones. What you could do is you could, well, we've got a chance for a second push on this entry right here off this hard edge bounce, or you could offer up a couple more ticks and just take it below the low. The choice is yours. Now I'm trying not to get too anxious. Like I said, we're just out of the open. Producing a few yellow bars through here now. Oh, look at here on the Raptor. Come on, computer. Getting a lot more selling pressure now to the short side, so we could do the same thing here on the Raptor. If you're trading the Raptor, you could consider taking it on the other side. Of these lows. The signal is going to print just a little bit prior here. Oops. Okay, let's see if we can't get some follow through now. Come on. Maybe just a little itty bitty move. All right, well, we'll throw that back on the shelf. It looks like we did fill the short signal on the Eagle. And we're also producing a first micro-macro cross signal. So it's looking as though, overall, we're kind of bearish. And what time is it? No, it's only about 10 minutes into the session. Jim says the YM sitting right on the primary support, as is the NQ. And you can see we took a little bounce off the primary support, and here we are producing a trend change signal. And pretty much the same signal across the board, regardless of what tool you're looking at. So the hawk is the first to ditch as it moves into yellow bars. Jim says the bank index is getting a little weak, which would certainly help us with our short position. Oop, I looked away here for a moment. I was checking out crude oil and soybeans. We've since produced another first micro-macro cross signal. And we're right back at these lows. Let's see if I covered the trade a little tighter. Could try to sneak a couple more contracts. I'm not real happy about how the buyers are supporting the market at this level. Come on, let's see the sellers step up here. These current lows are the obstacle, of course. And the hog back into yellow bars, so we can cancel that. So no real surprise, I guess, given how the market's been of late with the FOMC meeting and all. Looks like we can scrub the Falcon trade also. They're going to try to check out the top end of this trading range. And where's my stop loss order? Oh, never got filled. Sorry. That's why I don't have a stop loss order. Yeah, see how the sellers are starting to jump on board here? We've got ourselves a cozy little range, looking something like this. Look at this buying support here on the lows with the eagle. The fight between the buyers and the sellers just huge. The buyers really loaded up here. If the market makes its way back down and trades below 43.64, all these buyers here are going to have to get out of their positions. It would make for a rather substantial move lower, I would think. But right now, there they go. The buyers are holding on to the market. So our sell attempt off of a fairly decent sell signal obviously did not follow through. So we might try a buy signal just to test the water. We're getting a first micro-macro cross higher here. Right now, I would set it up above the high, probably cover it like this. And you know what? Maybe I'll even try putting a runner on it. that we're getting a little further back. Oh, they slipped us a little bit there. A quick little hop. What time is it? It's about 1:45. All right, so we hit our first profit target. Oh, baby, don't reach too far back. Got a little break-even thing going on. Come on. No. No, it doesn't look like they're going to have the follow-through to get out of the top end of that trading range. I'll leave the trade at break even here, but you know what? Sometimes it's when the market is struggling so hard, I just feel like popping out with whatever available profit there is. That's why a lot of times too, when the market is struggling for direction, you'll end up doing a little bit better if you just go all in, all out. So another big bar here where the buyers and sellers load up. If this market reverses, gets back above those highs, we're going to see some sellers have to vacate their position. Okay, so let's see. 43.76. Let's see if we can, if somebody will take that, and then we should see some follow through out of that. For those of you following soybeans, we're getting a nice little sell signal on soybeans across the board. Here on the Falcon, a nice little late filter entry signal, a little bit late on this one right now, but you could probably set it up something like that. And a little bounce here off of the secondary support line. It looks as though the market might be trying to head lower. There's a complementary signal on the Eagle and the Hawk also, so you got a couple options to get on board there. Oh, and they just happen to back up a little bit. Stop us out of our trade, but no matter. It does appear as though they may be a little bit more receptive to the long side today. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, sorry. We lost some audio there. What I was saying is we've got the whole test retest thing going on here as we're testing the top end of the trading range. I don't know if you heard that little bit about soybeans, but soybeans are setting up for a fairly decent looking sell opportunity. And I'm sorry my computer is dragging so badly. I don't see that I have any programs open that aren't supposed to be, but whatever the case. Soybeans coming down, a little bit of a trend change going on back here. Soft edge bounce. It's currently against the ATR on the Eagle, but it does appear as though soybean prices might be heading a little bit lower. So if you're following the soybean market, there might be a decent selling opportunity there for you. No, no, not getting the support that we were looking for initially. So the buyers and the sellers really digging in. Those are the ranges right there now. And that's very likely going to become our first hour range as the market trades back toward the middle. Yeah, another range lock day. Crude oil moving a little bit sideways also. Nothing to get too excited about there. Okay, the Raptor coming back with another buy signal here. Might be too soon though. We do have a sell signal which is struggling. Well, you know what to do, right? It's the same thing as before. So long as we're within the sideways range, the market's really not going to cooperate. Any trade that you take within this range is going to be a little bit of a, a hit and hope type thing, a Hail Mary type trade. Even crude oil kind of going a little bit sideways. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, folks. They're just waffling, just back and forth. Which, is to be expected. One thing's for certain, though, today's report, it's a biggie. The market obviously cannot get a handle on what they think is coming out of the report. It seems fairly evenly split between the bulls and the bears. Yeah, Jim says a quarter basis point is a given. Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think what they're afraid of, or what traders are suspect of, because they don't know so much about how Janet Yellen is running things, whether she might come out and raise interest rates even more. Jim's got some interesting comments. I have a feeling, Jim, you'd be a great guy to have in a pub one night. Get a couple of drinks into you. Could have some pretty interesting conversations. All right, here come the buyers, retesting the top end of the trading range. Let's just watch and see if they take out 43.76. Obvious area of resistance. You can see from the equivolume bars there was substantial amount of buying and selling going on here. So we know there's a whole lot of stop loss orders right up here. All right, so there was a little bit of a poke, and we'll see now whether or not there's a follow through there. There should be a little bit more buying and selling going on here. Let's bring the Geiger counter over. Okay, not bad. There they go. Starting to trip up some of these orders. You see our Geiger counter is full on in the green zone now. No, they baited the hook. Not a whole lot of takers. Now that it's broken, though, we get that whole test retest thing going on. If we come back with yet another buy signal, that would be a little easier to take. Working that first micro macro cross now. Jim says we got a broadening wedge pattern on a 3-minute Dow chart. I should throw the Dow back up here. So here's the YM on the Raptor. You can see very, very tiny opening range. Market just testing both ends right now. Probably the kind of day where you'd be just as well off buying the highs, selling the lows, that kind of idea. Or, sorry, selling the highs, buying the lows. I think I said the opposite. that away. Just doing a little housekeeping. Wow, the Jim just gave me some advanced decline numbers. Dead even on the advanced decline, 1371 on the buy, 1325 sellers, so a mere 50 ticks between them, not even. But that's definitely looking a little bit more bullish, because I think we started at what, a negative 500 or 600, something like that. So I'm just snooping around here a little bit, checking out crude oil, which is also a little bit indecisive at the moment. Here's crude on the Falcon. You can see our filter all over the place, our trend line waffling a fair amount. So I'm not thinking we're going to get anything really tradable in crude here for a few minutes anyways. And even the soybean market coming to a little bit of a crawl. All right, you guys, if you excuse me for a few moments, I think I'm going to go get myself a coffee, and we'll be right back, see if things shake up a little bit. But right now, we are still terribly range bound in the stock indices. Back in just a moment. What did I miss? Nothing. Didn't miss a thing. All right, here come the buyers again, trying to send the market higher. It's the same thing as before, really. We've got all this resistance up here. This is probably the better place to enter, even though we're already printing our signal here. We could get a chance on a second push on the entry if we chose to enter a little bit earlier. That's where we're at right now. Oops, there we go. See if we get any kind of follow through here. All right, so we're long. There was a little bit of buying support down here off of the hard edge. Overall, the market fairly evenly spaced. Now the big obstacle, 43.77.5. And you can see the sellers trying to fight it down a little bit there. See if the buyers get back. Thanks, Jim. Jim says the bank index is getting a little stronger and the advanced decline looks like it's about a positive 200 now. So things definitely starting to look a little bit on the bullish side. And there we go. Got a decent breakout bar here. Let's see if we can get a little bit more going on. Come on, don't give up now. One nice thing when the market is like this is we can do a little multitasking. I can get caught up on some emails. Okay, that's an encouraging bar. We had a little bit more buyer participation on that one. Get up there. Come on. Oh, everything's a struggle. Come on. Get up there. There we go. Great question here from Tony. Tony asks, which one is king, the Geiger counter or price action? Always price action. These tools, Geiger counter, support and resistance lines, trade forecaster, all of these, day ranger, they're simply that. They are simply tools to help, but the price action is always king. And Mark's got a question here about the, darn it. Sorry, Mark. Mark's got a question here about the first hour high lines, courtesy of Jim. And he says his are appearing a little bit late. So you must have something set wrong. Um, the end hour, of course, comes first. So Central Time, yours should be 8:59, and start time should be 8:30. So I think you wrote there that you have 9:59, which would be an hour late. So change your end hour to 8:59. Or 9 o'clock, 9:00 if you prefer. And that should fix that. All right, so a half-hearted breakout on the Raptor. I was hoping for more. They didn't give it to us. Jim is nothing is perfect. Remember, I'm a hack. That's some pretty nifty little programming there, Jim. I know it's fairly simple, but still, that's a very handy little tool. And here we are back inside the trading zone again. So can't really expect it to continue too far from here. Yep, still very range bound. Oh well, not much we can do about that, I'm afraid. Well, the other market's kind of quiet too. Crude oil moving a little bit sideways. Soybeans still floundering. All right, so we're back inside the trading range now. It looks like they may attempt to get to the bottom end. We'll see whether or not they give us anything tradable. Jim said he sold on the YM, he sold 39. Out at 15, 13-minute trade. He said this is brutal. I know when you get used to a certain tempo in the market, yeah, it can be very odd to have the market drag out this much. Yeah, I don't think the advanced decline is going to change a whole lot today. Jim gave me some more numbers here. We're still hovering around 100 positive, which is nothing really. It's pretty much dead even. I don't think we're going to have much to trade here, folks. We'll give it a few more minutes, but honestly, as sideways as the market is today, I can't see too much coming of it. Nope. Well, we're working a first micro macro cross to the downside, but are we? Well, we got a little bit of room here. It's not the best looking signal. You can see the width of these bars. There is a little bit of participation off of this pullback, but really, we're throwing darts here, folks. There's not a lot of structure in place at the moment. Yeah, and that's the way it's going to go. All right, you know what? I'm going to call it a day. There's not really much point in hanging out here too much longer. Um, yeah, way to go, Jim. Jim says he managed to pick up 31 points off 3 trades. You know, if you walk out with anything positive today, it's going to be a bonus because it's going to remain like this. It's going to get worse as the morning goes on, and we get closer to the FOMC meeting. Tomorrow should shake up a little bit. If you are trading this afternoon, you may as well take a break now and then strap yourself in because it could be a pretty crazy range on the breakout when the minutes are released. Perhaps the best thing to do is to treat it like a really big sideways channel, almost like what we do for the crude oil report. Bracket the highs and the obvious lows, especially if the market is trading somewhere in the middle, and just let the breakout bring you in. That may be the best plan of attack today. All right, you guys, we'll catch you again tomorrow morning. Yeah, be careful out there. Talk to you soon. Bye.